4 international airports up for concessioning and the dust race will not settle. For the Minister of State for Aviation, this is the needed change.
In line with that of Mr. President is to ensure that our institutions are working very well, they are strong, they are efficient, they are dynamic, they are focused, and they are sensitive to the reasons why they have been established.
But the unions do not agree. First, an open protest. Then a coalition sits at this table, giving the federal government an ultimatum.
And I recall that some months ago, we are deeply worried and hugely concerned about the haste, hush-hush and secret disposition of the Honorable Minister in charge of Aviation, because due diligence as practiced worldwide have not been done to this business of concessioning our airport. And until we get our answers, we shall continue to talk to the press, to the Nigerian people, engage in protest as at when the need arises, embark on industrial actions when the need also arises. And let me inform all of us today that this Honorable Minister has 15 days from today to disband the transaction advisors and come back to the table and let us start discussions freely. After 15 days from today, we cannot guarantee that this airspace will be safe for anybody to fly in.
If the ministry does not look the way of workers, then they say it will be a total shutdown. The aviation unions insist they must be fully involved in the concession process, as it is bound to affect the over 6,000 staff and 4,000 pensioners of the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria. The unions add that the operations of the other 18 airports depend on the 4 viable ones.
Problems arising from blocked funds in Africa is yet to come to an end, as the International Air Transport Association said airlines' trapped funds in Africa are an increasing problem, with carriers as they are unable to repatriate their foreign currency earnings from 9 African countries. Before now, Nigeria, Egypt, Angola and Sudan topped countries in the region with $2 billion revenues belonging to the carriers. In June, the Central Bank of Nigeria released $425 million to international airlines, which was part of the $600 million fund backed in Nigeria, leaving $175 million still in the coffers of CBN. IATA's regional vice president for the Middle East and Africa, Mohammed Ali Al-Bakri, said it is in everyone's interest to ensure that airlines are paid on time, at fair exchange rates and in full. Australian authorities, in their final report on missing Malaysia Airlines flight MH370, says they deeply regret that the aircraft and the ongoing mystery is unacceptable. The reasons for the loss of MH370 cannot be established with certainty until the aircraft is found, the Australian Transport Safety Bureau, ATSB, said in the report. The disappearance of the Boeing 777 on March 8, 2014, with 239 people on board on a flight to Beijing from the Malaysian capital of Kuala Lumpur, has become one of the world's greatest aviation mysteries. It is thought to have been diverted thousands of miles off course out over the southern Indian Ocean before crashing off the coast of Western Australia.
Our deepest sympathies remain with those who lost their lives on board MH370 and for those that have continued to suffer at their loss. This is one of the world's greatest tragedies, and we so wish that we had been able to recover this aircraft and those that lost their lives on board.
A helicopter is a type of rotor, craft in which lift and thrust are supplied by rotors. This allows the helicopter to take off and land vertically, to hover, and to fly forward, backwards, and laterally. Because of its versatile use in the hard-to-reach places, here are 3 types of these flying machines. First is the Augusta Westland AW101. It's a medium-lift helicopter from the British and Italian chopper manufacturer. The variant for important persons is used in Saudi Arabia and India. The main design is primarily used for anti-submarine warfare and for transport and utility. Next is the Sikorsky S-92, a twin-engine medium-lift helicopter. It is the basis of the H-92 Super Hawk that is used to power the military, and a pair of General Electric CT7 8A turboshaft engine powers it. The helicopter has an aluminium frame as well as some composite components. The rotor has 4 blades and is designed to reduce noise and increase the lift. Lastly is the Robinson R66. It is a turbine-powered helicopter designed and built by the Robinson Helicopter Company. It has 5 seats and is powered by a Rolls-Royce RR300 turboshaft. The turbine engine burns on jet fuel. The R66 is a single-engined helicopter with a 2-bladed main rotor and 2-bladed tail rotor, and a skid landing gear, and is constructed from advanced composites and aluminium alloy sheet and chromoly steel. The R66 is the first Robinson helicopter with a cargo hold. The hold carries up to 140 kilograms. The R66 received both type and production certificates from the United States Federal Aviation Administration on October 25, 2010, and deliveries started in November 2010.
This is the display of helicopter performances at the 4th China International Helicopter Expo. The Fengli aerobatic team of the Chinese People's Liberation Army Aviation Unit presents a beautiful opening. Helicopters for military use display their maneuvering skills, while the AC-313 and AC-311 helicopters showcase their usage for civilian purposes. The AC-313 in particular exhibited its firefighting skills for city high-rises with its hydraulic installations. A total of 403 exhibitors from 22 countries and regions from the world attended the biennial event. As China's sole international expo, it presents a feast for helicopter enthusiasts, as 98 helicopters of different types and usages took turns to light up the expo with both flying demonstration and ground display. And now to the show with British Royal Air Force's Red Arrows aerobatic team performance in an air show in Pakistan's port city of Karachi to mark 70 years of friendship between Britain and Pakistan. That was a breathtaking performance, and it's on this note that we call it a day. See you next week, God's willing. I'm Bukola Jo Oketumbi.